What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Horizon Forbidden West. And we just got done capturing Poseidon, and we're about to go return to Gaia. And we turned on the lights of Viva Las Vegas. It looks so cool. Alright, let's go return Poseidon. Back to base camp. Gonna return Poseidon, and then hopefully Zoe finishes that thing. The override for the land gods. So, hopefully that happens, because I want to be able to do that soon. Ooh, new speakable. For everybody. Oh, they added a game now. I'll explore after I added more, was it floral? Or I think it's fauna, right? I don't know what plants are, if it's which one it is. Alright, guy, I am back.
I see you have recovered Poseidon.
I have done that. Get back in there, dog. Clean water for everybody. Integration! Let's go. Welcome home.
Aloy, can you come downstairs? Beta has something you need to hear.
Okay. I'll be right down.
Aloy, I have managed to unlock additional rooms within the facility.
Okay.
Got it.
I got some things to talk to you,
Hi,
Gaia.
Gaia. I'm back.
I haven't spoken to you yet.
See what is on your mind?
A lot.
Beta believes the Zeniths want to use the terraforming system to wipe out life on Earth. Start over. So they can build it how they want.
Yep.
Further supporting our hypothesis.
Mm-hmm.
But why? Given their technology, they could wipe out the tribes of the world by easier means. And if they're the same people who left Earth 1,000 years ago, wouldn't they want the biosphere to be as it was?
It is likely they adjusted to different planetary conditions in their colony on Sirius. They may be trying to recreate that environment here.
Turning Earth into a new Sirius. Their own personal playground.
I ain't gonna allow that.
So the Zeniths are the same people who left Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Physically immortal.
That's pretty crazy.
How'd they figure it out?
From what we know of Far Zenith, it is plausible that prominent geneticists and engineers were offered a place aboard the Odyssey in exchange for their expertise. Given enough time, technology, and resources, any challenge can be overcome.
Like how Minerva eventually generated the deactivation codes for the Pharaoh Plague.
Exactly.
There we go. Who are
The
they?
Zeniths. Gerard, Eric, Tilda, Verbena. Beta
Oh,
said
it's
they were some of the most
Verbena.
powerful people on Earth. Do you know anything about them?
Unfortunately, no. My personal database is limited to those who worked on Zero Dawn. Additionally, it appears Far Zenith was quite secretive about their members. Only one, Oswald Dalgard, was ever publicly known.
Right. He was the spokesperson back at their old launch facility.
What we can conclude from your and Beta's experiences is that the Zeniths are ruthless in pursuit of their goal.
Figure that one out.
Life on Earth, they must be stopped.
Yeah. Gotta punch him in the throat.
The extinction signal didn't just wake Hades. It made every subordinate function self-aware. Why?
I have wondered this myself. So far as I can tell, Hades was the sole target, and the partial sentience imparted to other subordinate functions was incidental.
A signal that precise would require thorough knowledge of the system. How could the Zeniths know that?
From the records on your focus, it appears Far Zenith had an informant during the development of Zero Dawn.
Hank Shaw. He was supposed to steal a copy of the system for Far Zenith, but Elizabeth and Travis Tate caught him first.
Yes. It is likely Far Zenith acquired knowledge on the systems designed through him, despite his failure.
Failure.
So from what Beta told me, I guess we can assume the Zenith's technology is powerful in all sorts of ways, right?
Yes. As your encounters with them amply demonstrate, they appear to make extensive use of robotic servitors. Further, they seem to be
Yeah,
equipped
there's
with
creepy
some kind of
monsters.
protective energy field that shields them from harm.
They seemed indestructible, but that weapon the rebels used stripped their shield somehow.
Throughout history, every defensive technology has eventually been defeated
Yeah,
by an
heard that.
offensive counterpart. While we lack the anti-shielding weapon, were I to absorb Hephaestus and utilize
I don't know
it
if there's supposed to be a
create
photo there,
large
but I don't
force of
see.
combat
I don't know why.
machines, no shielding could withstand such an assault indefinitely.
So there's hope.
It's always been hope. Always. Yep. Alright, back.
How's Katalo doing?
I have detected that the loss of his arm still deeply pains him. In an effort to remedy this, I have discussed a potential solution with
Make him
him.
a cyborg.
I believe he will want to fill you in on the details.
Oh, make him a
A
cyborg.
solution? I'll check in with him when I can then.
Put him an arm on.
How are things around here?
Zoe has been studying the morphology of her land gods in an effort to understand their sickness. Without the abilities of Hephaestus, I am unfortunately unable to correct their programming. However, due to Zoe's perseverance, we may have a workaround.
It might help.
Yeah,
'Cause I was
she
the one
filled
that
me in.
got the cores to
promising.
begin with.
Varl and Zoe seem to like spending time together.
Indeed. While studying old world data, Zoe discovered references to a dietary lifestyle known as
Vegetarianism.
She appreciated the similarities with Utaru practices
Yeah.
and encouraged Varl to try out this lifestyle.
And how did that go?
I believe they have agreed to disagree.
I thought so.
How's Erend handling things?
He is becoming increasingly accustomed to use of the focus. After an initial incident,
What did he do?
he unfortunately crushed his first focus as he attempted to affix it to his temple. Amongst
Of course
a
he
number
did.
of Oseram curses, I believe he also blamed the focus for being dainty. He has given repeated assurances that it will not happen again.
Well, good thing we have a lot of extras, I guess.
Nice.
So there's a few people here now, and they're learning. All about you, the ancient world. Almost like what was supposed to happen before Apollo was purged.
Yes. While the loss of the Apollo database was catastrophic, there is still much that can be gleaned from the data you have uncovered. For instance, Varl has been reviewing the last recorded entries from those who perished during the Pharaoh Plague. Hearing their hopes and fears made him quite somber.
Anything I should be worried about?
I do not believe so. I have elected not to intervene, to allow him to process this on his own terms.
There we go. That's good right there.
Gaia? What was Elizabeth like?
Her presence is interwoven with my memories. The moment I came online, she was there. We exchanged greetings, names, then set to our task. It was the first of many conversations. I enjoyed being in her company, listening to her stories. She was my creator, my guide.
Your friend.
Yes. When I reviewed the data on your focus, I was saddened to learn of her fate, though I am glad she made it home. I deeply wish she did not have to be alone.
She was okay with that. She gave all of herself. The only one who could. Thanks, Gaia.
My shoulder pad be tweaking.
So, Project Zero Dawn. The greatest minds in the world. all working to build the terraforming system while the Pharaoh Plague devoured the planet. What was it like?
Personnel worked in rotations, at all hours of the day. Resources and technology were secured from across the world. Within a month of the project's conception, I was launched and began my education. Elizabeth encouraged me to spend time with the rest of the Zero Dawn staff. She said it was important to experience many personalities and perspectives to aid in my emotional development.
Emotional
What were they
development.
like?
Hopefully there's no emotional damage.
Hopeful, determined. They were hurtling toward technological achievements on a scale never before attempted. I owe everything to their dedication.
Nice.
So the Hades Proving Lab, where I found the Gaia kernel. It used to be a Pharaoh research facility?
Yes. Prior to appropriation by Zero Dawn, the facility was used to engineer and test advanced computer viruses. It appears to have been one of many research initiatives by Pharaoh Automated Solutions.
Guess it wasn't enough to build automated killing machines. He wanted
True.
viruses to infect them with too.
What else we got?
So, a while back, before the battle at Meridian, I went into Banuk territory. I discovered another AI there, one not related to Zero Dawn. Cyan. It was created to oversee operations for a volcanic stabilization project, and it spent the last 1,000 years in isolation. I'm guessing you didn't know about it?
No. From the data on your focus, it seems that Cyan was cut off from the outside world, an effort by its creators to protect it from the Pharaoh Plague.
Any chance it could help us now?
I have already attempted contact, with no success. Given its previous experience with accepting an outside network request, I imagine it is unwilling to do so again.
Right. Because last time Hephaestus enslaved it. Well, that's too bad. I think the two of you would have had a lot to talk about.
Oh, there's still more.
The processor Ether was installed on was part of an ancient war museum. A memorial to something called the Hot Zone Crisis. Do you know anything about it?
My knowledge of historical events was unfortunately lost with the Apollo database.
That
However,
sucks.
climate data indicates a peak in regional temperatures in the 2030s. Such
Well, that's real
conditions would
close.
see extreme, prolonged droughts, an increase in dust storms, and a loss of habitable landmass.
But they wouldn't have built a museum in the middle of a wasteland. So I guess things got better eventually.
Yes. Data suggests that temperatures return to average levels in the clawback era of the 2040s.
Interesting.
There was an ancient tank embedded in the bulwark, buried under a bunch of boulders. Any idea how it got there?
During the Pharaoh Plague, the US military resumed the use of human combatants, as automated machinery was unreliable. It is possible the vehicle was part of a pre-automated war fleet.
So they fought
Okay.
against the Pharaoh machines in the valley. Until the mountain was blasted apart and buried them.
Okay. It's still, okay. Still keeps
When I
going.
dove down into Vegas, I found data about the man who built the dome over the city. Stanley Chen. It turns out he was a member of Far Zenith. If he loved Vegas so much, why did he abandon it? Why not try to save it?
The Zeniths at their core have proven to be exceptional survivalists. Faced with overwhelming odds of extinction, they chose to flee.
Even still, what he achieved. Water to the wasteland, an entire city brought back to life. 1,000 years later, the whole place was still on standby, just waiting for someone to come along and wake it up.
I did that.
When we were at the facility where we found Beta, there were records that said Far Zenith were researching embryogenesis. I know they traded their ectogenic chambers to Zero Dawn, but Why were they researching it in the first place?
At this point, we can only speculate. Perhaps at one time they meant the Odyssey to be a colony ship, necessitating such technology. As their goals evolved over time, so did their areas of research.
So they got more selfish as the risks of staying on Earth kept rising.
Nice. Alright, that's the final. This place.
So this facility, the Regional Control Center, it was meant to oversee the terraforming system?
For the local region, yes. Had humans received their education from the Apollo database, they would have then been guided here to assume operation. As that never happened, this place remained vacant.
Until Minerva decided to settle here.
And now I'm here.
So I guess this room was meant to keep an eye on conditions outside?
Yes. From here, the facility's operators would have been able to observe weather and machine activity in real time. It may be possible to restore more of this room's functionality, should you find and reconnect additional camera feeds.
I'll keep a lookout.
I don't know, like 3 of them are. I just haven't done anything.
What can you tell me about Demeter?
Demeter.
sows, fertilizes, and tends to plant life.
So once I bring it back, all the blight out there will start to get better.
While permanent restoration requires the abilities of Hephaestus,
Dang.
I may be able to improve conditions in the region for a while.
Hey, there we go.
However, a word of warning.
Oh, great.
Like Ether and Poseidon, Demeter's response to my query was highly irregular. Alone and frightened, it may have taken measures to assure its security.
Ah,
I'll keep my guard up.
I had to fight some trash to get to it.
You mentioned that the superstorms have subsided. Is that Ether at work?
Yes. Thanks to Ether's capabilities, weather patterns in the local region should mostly stabilize for the time being.
Hey, there we go.
That'll be a relief for the Tenakth. One of their villages is still recovering after a mudslide caused the whole place to flood.
I will continue to stabilize the atmosphere for as long as I can.
The missing subordinate functions. What can you tell me about them?
Artemis rewilded the Earth with a variety of animal species. Eleuthia was responsible for gestating, nurturing, and acculturating a new generation of human beings. Apollo was tasked with preserving, organizing, and disseminating vast archives of human knowledge and cultural achievements. Unfortunately, all archived Apollo data was purged on the 2nd of February, 2066, by order of Ted Farrow.
Why, bro?
Farrow,
Such
huh?
an idiot.
I really hate that guy.
Understandable.
Heard that
He
before.
appears to have been pathologically narcissistic, impulsive, and unstable.
All 3 of the missing functions have already served their purpose, or were prevented from doing so. Do you still need them?
Restoring their remaining elements would increase my heuristic processing density, empowering my overall function. Unfortunately, as we now know they are in the possession of Far Zenith, attaining them in the short term is very likely impossible.
I guess our best shot at recovering them is by taking over the Zenith base.
Yep.
But we'll need Hephaestus and a bunch of combat machines to do that.
Correct.
So that might be the final battle, so we actually might restore everything.
Were you able
Honestly.
to make use of Poseidon?
Yes. Many rivers, streams, and lakes associated with the regional watershed have been detoxified.
Hey, let's go.
As a result, red algae growth levels have seen a marked decline. According to my data, however, it appears a localized occurrence of red algae continues to persist near the coast.
Maybe I'll look into it when I can.
I'll get there eventually.
So Poseidon spent the last 20 years hiding out in Las Vegas. From the data I found, it seems the city had an advanced water reclamation system. Is that why Poseidon went there?
Probably.
Most likely. In an effort to protect itself, Poseidon sought out a safe harbor where it could access water supply functions. There, buried and encased in a protective dome, it could guard against any threats.
Like 3 Oseram showmen?
I suspect that was not the first time it felt the need to repel trespassers.
And I fixed that problem.
Why did
Killing
Ether
them.
take up residence in an ancient war
Not
museum?
the showman, but you
As
know.
with the other subordinate functions, Ether needed to install itself on a processor with adequate storage and power. The one in the museum appears to have been sufficient, given that the holographic displays were still active.
Hmm.
So Ether was assured it could stay for as long as it needed to.
Correct. Though it is curious that it chose a place surrounded with the ancient ruins of aircraft.
Maybe it also felt at home there.
Yeah, 'cause it operates on that stuff. Or operates the sky
So,
and
once Hephaestus has been recovered
stuff.
and merged, you'll regain the capacity to mass-produce machines at cauldrons around the world.
Yes, and to program their behavioral routines, or even control them directly.
So you could build an army of machines. Attack the Zeniths and take them out.
Mm-hmm. Check them out.
It is in my nature to take any
Give 'em a left hook, right hook, and
steps to preserve
straight.
life on Earth, human life above all.
If that made
So
any
yes,
sense.
once I have been empowered with the capacities of Hephaestus, I could design, build, and command such an army. Given the nature of the far Zenith threat, doing so may be our only option. I must admit, however, that I have misgivings about using such technology to kill, no matter how aggressive the enemy.
That's good. It means you have a conscience. As Elizabeth intended.
Indeed.
There we go. I think that's everything, right? That's everything.
I'll be on my way.
I wish you safe
Be on my
travels.
way. Later, guy. I'll talk to you as I do something else important. We'll talk to Varl, and that'll be the last thing we do. For this clip, or maybe the video, who knows.
Anybody seen one of my machine strike pieces around?
Whoa. Alright, what's good?
Hi! Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man.
She found that recording from the data on your focus. She's been watching it a lot. I think it helps calm her.
Oh.
You know, I
Man,
used
that
to watch this a
haircut
lot too.
is horrible.
Whenever I wanted to take my mind off things.
Daddy sure does love his little big...
But there's something you need to tell me?
While you were gone, I came down here to check on her. Then we started talking. Right, Beta? She's been thinking about how to capture Hephaestus, studying the data Gaia gave her. But we started talking about some other stuff. You know, just getting to know each other, right? And then she told me that one of the Zeniths might be different from the others.
Tilda. You saw her at the Hades Proving Lab.
Yeah.
Go on.
On the way to Earth, the Zeniths never showed their faces. My servitor caretaker referred to them as my benefactors, and promised I'd meet them someday, when I had learned enough. And then, one day, a data channel opened in my training interface. In it, Tilda was waiting for me, in a virtual replica of a house on a cliff overlooking the ocean. It was beautiful. She showed me paintings, books, media files. We met there in secret many times. But a few months later, it stopped.
Can you tell us why, Beta?
I found some data about Tilda at the Hades Proving Lab.
Yeah.
I think she was the liaison between Far Zenith and Zero Dawn.
Oh, she was
She knew
the...
Elizabeth Sobek, that's for sure.
She was the bridge.
Maybe that's why she reached out to you?
What else can you tell us about Tilda? She liked to talk about her paintings. What about herself? Did she ever talk about her life on Earth, how she joined the Zeniths, something like that? She never said much about herself, and she hated it when I asked too many questions. But I think back on Earth,
I don't like her to begin with.
she was an expert
Tilda, that's what I'm talking
programmer,
about.
given that she built a data channel the other Zeniths couldn't detect. Is there anything else about her that we might be able to use to our advantage?
She was the first real person who ever bothered to speak to me. I wasn't really assessing her for strengths and weaknesses.
Okay. The data channel.
You said that Tilda reached out to you using a data channel?
It appeared in my training interface as another assignment. When I opened it, there were a series of intermittent glitches. I realized they formed a transpositional cipher. Instructions on how to open up a new virtual space. When I entered it, my training interface disappeared. Instead of the usual holographic teachers and files, I was in a perfect recreation of her home.
And you're sure the other Zeniths never knew about it?
To them, it looked like I was still in training, toiling away, alone.
All sad and miserable.
So this secret virtual space looked like a house with an ocean view?
I could see whitecaps and hear waves crashing on rocks below. And there were gulls crying outside.
Seagulls.
Inside,
Suckers are
tactile
annoying.
frames that showed off her favorite paintings, changing at intervals to match the light. There was an armchair she liked. She'd sit there and gaze outside while I looked through her things. We spent hours in that house. I never wanted to leave.
Yeah, well, you had to, eventually. And the paintings and files.
You said Tilda showed you paintings and let you access media files?
Every time we met, she showed me a new painting. I think she was Dutch. All of her favorite pieces were from their golden age in the 1600s. Portraits, allegories, ships at sea. She had so many.
Did it
What
interest
a
you?
weirdo.
I liked her media portal. It had so much more than my training interface. Clips, shows, holos. My favorite was this one called Second Time Around, about a family whose kid comes back after disappearing during the Hot Zone crisis.
Right, but did this portal have anything about the Zeniths themselves? Anything we could use?
No. Any information about them was redacted.
Oh, great. You useless.
So Tilda set up a secret virtual space where she could talk to you, a house on a cliff. Then later, she cut you off. But other than the fact that Tilda knew Elizabeth, you don't know why she did those things?
I don't! Okay? I thought of every possible reason that would make her leave, but whatever I did wrong, I don't know what it is. When I finally met the others, she ignored me. Acted like the data channel never existed. None of this even matters. Tilda's the same as the others. It won't help us defeat them.
Okay. Let's leave it at that then.
It's just a recapture everything. You don't get so hateful about it. Golly. Bean sucker. She's been through a lot though, so it makes sense.
What's
but
wrong?
I'm trying, Varl. But she is tough to take. I'm out there in the wilds, risking my life every day, and all she can do is hide in there and tell us how hopeless it all is. I'm sorry, she's had a rough time, but she is really not helping right now.
You always seem to be on top of everything, so I sometimes forget about what you've been through. I mean, it wasn't that long ago you were so banged up you couldn't even walk.
now we running.
When I pulled you out of the water back near the proving lab, you were muttering Rost's name. You never talk about him, but he raised you, trained you. You must miss him a lot.
Of course I do. but I don't have time to think about that now. I need to get back out there.
Okay. I'll keep working with Beta. Gaia says she knows a lot about Zero Dawn. And maybe she just needs some time to adjust, and then she can help us with Hephaestus.
Sure. But I won't hold my breath.
Alright. Alright. I don't know if I really like her that much either.
Looks like Gaia was able to unlock that door.
What door? This one?
There's a lot of equipment in here. Gaia, what was all this for?
This room was designed for management of the facility's vast seed banks. From here, control center operatives would have monitored new crop rotations into the automated farmlands, now known as Plainsong.
I see.
Oh, cool.
According to this console, there are still thousands of plant samples stored deep below the facility. I could ask Gaia about them the next time I talk to her.
Oh, sick. Alright. Alright, before I talk to anybody, I think I'm just gonna stop. My ears are on fire, but we'll stop here and then I'll see about talking to them and figuring out that other stuff. Okay. It should be recording now. I just messed up. It didn't record everything. I just did, so we gotta redo it. Alright. It's recording, because I messed up, and I didn't know. So let's go through and listen to it all over again. I think it's saved. Did it save the chats?
Checking up on us again?
I need to head out.
Watch your
Alright,
back.
it's fine. Alright. There's probably more to talk about, but it's not gonna be in the videos because the stupid recording didn't work, and it, you know, whatever. So I talked to him, talked to Aaron, talked to Zoe and Varl, and we talked about just training again, companions. Same thing with Kotalo, talked about him, about his companions, training, all that stuff. Because the stupid recording decided to not work. So, yeah. Now I gotta make sure that this sounds right. Alright, let's figure out something to do. Nope, not doing that. Got a lot of side quests. Wait for Zoe to complete that. How long does that take? I want to Google that. Okay, so we got a few missions to wait before we get to that one. Oh, I could do this one now. Alright, let's go do this one.
Holograms are illusions, though.
Alright, a little bit paranoid about the recording not working. Going all the way there to go check out that console because we have the water breather thing. There shouldn't be any monsters here. Or machines, sorry. Machines, but I call them monsters. Well, there's machines down there, I never noticed. Alright, let's continue down. Now we can examine it.
It's a Horus, Hernon. Just broke through the perimeter.
Erica, the mobile cover prototype is in the vault. All 3 keys are required to override the lockdown. Can you bring me the one from your security console right away?
Okay. Just don't get killed before I get...
Oh, he's dead.
Erica?
Oh no, she's dead.
Erica!
Sounds like I need 3 of these keys to get to the mobile cover system. There's
Yep.
coordinates for another console on file. I should check it out.
Alright. That's ways away. We got a Ravager, got a Scrapper, Sky Drifter, Black Box.
These are the coordinates I got from the console I found. Which means there should be another one somewhere around here. It's supposed to be somewhere inside these ruins. Fight if I can get to that weapon. That's over.
I missed.
Now I can look for the console. The place looks like some sort of old defensive outpost.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a bunker of some kind. Wrong place to jump in. Oh, I definitely didn't mean to fall all the way down here. Whoa.
Another console.
Oh, it's just a scratch of luck.
Got it.
Oh, it opened the box for me.
It's raining hell over here, Sergeant! No shit, Corporal. The egghead over at Voltox needs our security key to get the mobile cover prototype out of here. Get to the console and get it out of here!
That didn't
Second
sound good.
enemy contact incoming! Another Horus! Someone call in that goddamn airstrike!
Another access key that never got to this prototype. There's coordinates for a third one nearby. Maybe I can
Okay,
find it.
cool. While I'm here, I must discover that black box is out. Interesting. Different ways in. Place had some creepy ambient sounds. Okay, so the third one's over here.
The coordinates I found lead
Oh, it's
here.
right below me.
There's gotta be another one of those consoles around.
Oh, nice. Probably open the door. God, I hate underwater stuff. What's in here? Oh, just a box. Oh, we gotta pry it open. God, it's so like, I wouldn't say it's loud, it's just creepy. Oh, box. Let's get this security console, let's get this started.
Last one.
And then get out.
Hero evacs outside, Doc. Done, thank God. The mobile cover prototype is locked in the vault. I need all 3 keys to open it, including yours.
Nope. VP rank means I've got a golden ticket to Elysium. If you want that key, come back and get it
Oh, wow. Uh-oh.
Well, Dawn was a real charmer. It's typical for Pharaoh, I guess. That's 3 access keys.
Okay.
And another set of coordinates. Maybe where they were intended to go in the first place.
They're not even paying attention to me. I thought choose to go this way. Yeah, we're good. Caves are always good. Not.
I think I can pry my way through those rocks.
Oh, lovely. Oh, great, I'm scared. I'm so scared. Okay. Oh, it's the cluster.
Looks like a facility used to be here. This place got hit hard. The vault mentioned in the recordings should be in here somewhere. We just have to follow the coordinates.
There we go, that's one. I hit him hard. You taking a beating though.
Takes care of that.
Alright, that was easy.
The vault. This looks promising.
This place looks huge.
I'm guessing this was Hernon. This must be the vault mentioned in the data I found.
Okay.
Should be able to access it.
It's one. That's two. And that's three.
Priority keys detected. Access granted.
I don't think anyone's gonna make it. I'm not sure which will get me first. The airstrike or the Horus.
Another sad ending.
Yep.
At least I have the prototype now. I might even be able to make something out of it if I use the data on that drive Gendos found. I want to know what happened here.
Oh, I thought that would have been so much more. I thought I could have used something right here, but I guess you can't. Oh well. Why does it say unknown completed? It's Unknown, but it's completed. So, alright, let's go back to them. Kinda odd. Unknown, completed. Never would have thought I would have seen that.
No, that's not her. Can't be.
Yeah, I'm here to talk to these people. There we go.
You've returned.
Yes, I have.
You found something, didn't you? Come now, don't just keep it to yourself.
It's, difficult to explain.
Please, I just want to understand as much as I can.
Definitely not a tray cover.
The old ones fought a massive battle here against machines. Some fled, but others stayed behind to try to salvage this, to help others carry on the fight.
Did they survive?
No.
So, they failed.
It made it into the hands of the most renowned warrior in the Sundom, did it not? And every item we recover will be used to ensure their memory lives on.
I didn't see any machines at the dig site, so yes, I suppose that is true.
I'll need that tray and your workbench. I'll have to tinker with this to turn it into something I can use.
Of course, Savior. It's the least we can do. May the sun light your way, as you have illuminated ours.
Yeah, give me that hard drive. You think's a tray.
Let's take a look at this thing.
Wait to the sky.
Alright, there we go. Special quest items. Guardian Tripcaster. Delta Drive. It has been crafted. Can't craft anything I care about. Alright.
Scholars hear about this. We'll go down in the history books.
To test it out.
Takes more than that to keep
Oh,
me
it's gotta test it out. Oh, I don't really care for stuff like that. Alright, well, I think that's a great place to stop this episode. Thanks for watching. Oh man, we got one coming close over there. Alright, well, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Later.